The latest news from the South Korean entertainment world is back in the spotlight after BTS's name, especially Park Jimin, was linked to the career development of a controversial celebrity, Song Da-eun. In recent weeks, the media and fans have been discussing how Song Da-eun, who was previously relatively calm in the entertainment industry, has suddenly reappeared in public, as if recovering from a long lull. This phenomenon has led to various speculations, ranging from management strategies to the possible involvement of big figures like BTS's Jimin in sparking attention to it. The beginning of this uproar began when several of Song Da-eun's social media posts attracted public attention. The post, despite its apparent simplicity, contained controversial elements that immediately became the subject of conversation. Loyal K-pop fans who observe BTS's every move, especially Jimin, then see an indirect connection between the content Song Da-eun shares with trends or moments involving Jimin. Although there is no direct evidence of collaboration between the two, the presence of Jimin's name in several media posts and headlines managed to attract the attention of netizens, increasing Song Da-eun's exposure dramatically. Entertainment observers call this phenomenon a classic example of how the popularity of large figures can be used as a catalyst to raise the profile of other celebrities. When a big name like Jimin appears in the media, even if only indirectly, the effect can be tremendous on the exposure of others, said an entertainment industry analyst who did not want to be named. In the context of Song Da-eun, many fans see this move as a planned move to revive her career through deliberately created or exploited controversies. In addition, BTS's own netizens and fans were not spared from heated debates. Some protested the use of Jimin's name as a tool to attract attention, given the reputation and positive image Jimin has built over the years. However, on the other hand, some other fans are actually curious and even follow Song Da-eun's progress, just because of her supposedly vague relationship with BTS's Jimin. This situation raises an ethical dilemma in the entertainment world. To what extent can a celebrity take advantage of the name and popularity of others without being considered manipulating public opinion? Song Da-eun herself, through several interviews and public statements, appeared to be less offensive about Jimin's name involvement. He emphasized his desire to be active in the entertainment industry again, relying on strategies that utilize trending topics and hot issues. However, the public remains closely watching each of his steps, assessing whether his appearance is a natural revival or the result of fabrications of controversy. On several occasions, Song Da-eun has been seen attending public events, interacting with the media, and sharing content that deliberately sparks conversation on social media. All these movements further reinforce the perception that the strategy of controversy as a career trigger is being carried out with calculation. The phenomenon has also given rise to a broader discussion among media and entertainment industry observers about how South Korean celebrities leverage public momentum, virality, and popular figures to maintain relevance. In the digital age, public exposure and attention are often valuable assets, even more important than achievements or works themselves. Thus, a big name like BTS's Jimin can indirectly become a powerful promotional tool, even though his involvement is only limited to the side effects of trending topics. On the other hand, this controversy has not escaped harsh criticism. Some people think that this kind of strategy can damage the entertainment ecosystem, make public attention divided, and shift the focus of the celebrity's original work or talent. Critics have also highlighted the psychological impact on fans, especially young K-pop fans who are often too attached to public figures. They must face a dilemma between the support of their favorite idols and the influence of celebrities who use their names for personal gain. Nevertheless, the impact on Song Da-eun's career looks significant. The media continues to cover his every move. His social media accounts experience a drastic increase in followers, and every post related to a hot issue or big name gets high engagement. This proves that controversy, although viewed negatively by some, is still effective as a tool to revive a previously stagnant career. In the midst of all this spotlight, BTS's Jimin remains a respected figure. There was no official statement indicating his direct involvement, and his management team did not comment on the matter. However, the presence of his name as a point of concern in the Song Da-eun controversy shows how public figures with global popularity can influence the wider entertainment landscape, even when they themselves are not actively involved. Further developments will be interesting to observe. Will Song Da-eun be able to capitalize on this momentum to build a more solid career? Or will the controversy only be a temporary flash before she sinks back into the shadows of the entertainment industry? And how will the public, especially BTS fans, react if this pattern continues? These questions demonstrate the complexity of the relationship between popularity, controversy, and management strategies in the modern entertainment industry. In conclusion, the Da-eun phenomenon associated with BTS's Jimin name is not just an ordinary rumor. It reflects the dynamics of the Korean entertainment industry loaded with strategy, digital exposure, and the influence of popular figures. Controversies that are carefully created or exploited can be a way to revive a celebrity's career, but they also pose ethical dilemmas and public criticism. In the midst of all this, BTS's Jimin name still shines as a symbol of global influence, while Da-eun proves that in the modern era, public attention can be a major asset to rebuilding relevance and popularity. As the spotlight on Da-eun grew, many began to highlight the tactics she used to stay on the public's radar. Not just posting controversial content, Da-eun is also actively building a narrative as if her relationship with trends or big figures like BTS's Jimin gives the public a reason to pay more attention. For example, some uploads that present themselves in popular locations or while attending certain events go viral immediately, as they are accompanied by comments or hashtags that subtly associate them with the latest events in the world of K-pop. This strategy seems measurable, utilizing the psychology of netizens who tend to be quick to react to a combination of well-known celebrities and sensational issues. In addition to the digital strategy, Da-eun's public appearances have become an important tool to stir controversy. On several occasions, he has been seen attending gala, film screenings, or talk shows with quite striking outfits, so the entertainment media have not hesitated to highlight him as a news item. Every movement was analyzed by netizens, ranging from facial expressions to how to interact with the media crew. This further reinforces the perception that Da-eun's appearance on the surface is not a mere coincidence, but the result of a mature calculation that harnesses public momentum. The response of fans to this phenomenon is also very diverse. Some felt disgusted because BTS's clean and popular Jimin name was associated with a controversy that actually had nothing to do directly, while others felt curious and began to follow Da-eun's career journey. Discussions on online forums and social media have become increasingly heated, showing how controversy strategies can spark massive public interaction. In fact, some netizens who weren't initially interested in Da-eun started reading interviews, looking at uploads, and scrolling through old news about her, just because of her supposedly vague connection to BTS's Jimin. Entertainment industry analysts emphasize that this phenomenon is not just a momentary trend. According to them, Da-eun draws on the psychological mechanisms of netizens and the dynamics of modern media, where digital exposure is often more important than real work. In the age of social media and online news algorithms, public attention is currency. The more people talk about you, the better your chances of getting a job offer or a new project, says one media expert. This explains why celebrities who were previously quiet can return to the spotlight only through viral issues. Behind the spotlight and controversy, the real impact on Da-eun's career begins to show. The number of followers on his social media accounts increased dramatically, his post engagement rose significantly, and some brands even began to glance at him for endorsements. This proves that, despite the criticism that arises, the strategy of controversy, if executed appropriately, is indeed effective to revive a name that had sunk. In fact, some observers regard this as a case study of how modern celebrities should be able to read trends, understand fan psychology, and make smart use of the popularity of other figures without causing too much backlash.